Welcome to Royal Daily Report, your trusted source for royal family news and updates. I'm your host, and today we bring you the latest twist in the Sussex saga that's got everyone talking. Harry's back in London, alone. Meghan's empire is crumbling. Tyler Perry's vault of recordings just changed everything. Private jets, mansions, scripted tears. Was their whole story a performance? The fairy tale is over and the receipts are out. This is massive. Stay with us. Good evening and welcome to Royal Daily Report, where we cut through the PR and get to the real story. Tonight we break down the shocking fallout, Harry's quiet return to the UK, Meghan's disappearing act, and Tyler Perry's alleged vault of audio that may have just rewritten their entire narrative. If you're new here or want every explosive update, hit subscribe right now, turn on notifications, and join the Royal Daily Report family. Channel name on screen, Royal Daily Report. Let's dive in. Okay, so you've probably seen the news, right? Prince Harry is back in London, caught up in another legal fight with the British newspapers. This time it's Associated Newspapers, the people who run the Daily Mail. And things have gone from bad to, well, let's just say, even worse, but this isn't just another lawsuit. It's the latest chapter in a much bigger unraveling, one that started in California and may end with the Sussex brand in ruins. We all thought Harry and Meghan were just trying to escape the clutches of the royal family, right? Turns out maybe they were just trading one set of puppet strings for another. And this time the puppeteer is Tyler Perry. I mean, think about it. They leave England practically overnight, claiming they're broke and under attack from the press. Who swoops in like a knight in shining armor? Tyler Perry, private jet, massive Beverly Hills mansion, security detail, the whole 9 yards. Meghan was calling him her protector, her rock. It sounded like the beginning of a beautiful, albeit unlikely friendship. But in Hollywood, nothing is ever that simple, is it? Here's the thing about Tyler Perry. He didn't get to be a billionaire by being naive. The man is a shrewd businessman, and he knows that loyalty in Hollywood is about as reliable as the weather. So he documents everything. Every phone call, every meeting, every tearful conversation. He calls it his vault. And apparently it's filled with enough dirt to bury half of Hollywood. Now, when Harry and Meghan moved into Perry's mansion, they signed a residency agreement. Seems normal, right? But buried in the fine print was a clause that basically said, if you ever try to pretend I didn't help you, I'm unleashing the Kraken. Okay, maybe not in those exact words, but the gist is that if they publicly disavowed him, he had the right to release information to protect his reputation. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. Fast forward a few years, Harry and Meghan are living the California dream, signing multi-million-dollar deals and building their brand around being authentic and vulnerable. But then Tyler Perry's studio gets hit with a massive lawsuit, allegations of workplace issues and bullying. His reputation takes a hit, and suddenly Meghan's PR team decides that Perry is a liability. They start quietly erasing him from their story. Photos disappear, mentions get scrubbed from articles, even Lilibet's Wikipedia page got a permascrub. This is where things get interesting. Remember that clause in the residency agreement? Well, by trying to erase Perry from their narrative, they triggered it. And Perry, being the meticulous guy that he is, reportedly just sat back and said they signed for this. Then the first audio leak dropped. 58 seconds of what sounded like Meghan and Harry strategizing about how to use the Diana card without looking like they were manufacturing grief. And Harry chiming in that Netflix didn't want them crying too much. It was enough to make everyone question the authenticity of their entire narrative. Were those tearful interviews and documentaries just carefully crafted performances? A week later, another clip surfaced. This time it was Harry pacing in the background, talking about how they needed to balance looking polished with leaning into the pain without seeming manipulative. And then Meghan saying, "Then we show the garden scenes. Calm, grounded, real. Nothing too emotional until the third act." The third act. That's when people realized this wasn't just a couple sharing their truth. It was a calculated performance. Tyler Perry, meanwhile, stayed silent. No denials, no confirmations. Just letting the world connect the dots. And that's when the real drama began. It got even crazier. Turns out the audio leaks were just the opening act. Harry wasn't playing around. He had a whole strategic repositioning plan. A document, people. A multi-page file titled, wait for it, but Strategic Repositioning Plan. Can you even believe the audacity? Apparently, sources are saying this thing was drawn up like 3 weeks after Harry and Meghan moved into Perry's mansion. It wasn't just some casual diary entry, it was a blueprint. Timelines, talking points, rebranding goals, media phases, the whole shebang. Phase 1, the Oprah interview. Phase 2, the Netflix docu-series. Phase 3, a lifestyle empire built on authenticity and heartbreak. I mean, come on. And at the bottom, 2 signatures, Harry, Meghan, like they were all in on this thing. This document basically proved that their whole Speaking Our Truth saga was a carefully orchestrated rollout, a business plan designed to rebuild their image, sell their pain, and control the narrative. It was organized, polished, and absolutely devastating to their credibility. The thing is, people thought they left the palace to find freedom, right? Turns out maybe they just left to form their own institution, their own little monarchy of manufactured authenticity. It wasn't a fairy tale, it was strategy with lighting, music, and a freaking marketing budget. After that document leaked, sources say Harry went completely off the rails, pacing through hallways at 3 a.m., replaying the recordings on loop. He wasn't angry, he was hollow, like he'd finally realized the whole thing was a sham. Insiders are saying his calls with Meghan got short and sharp. The partnership that once looked like rebellion now sounded like exhaustion. He allegedly told one friend, "I realized it was over. Not the story, everything." And then he did the unthinkable. He called London. Not Netflix, not Spotify, not his American PR team. But he called his father's office. Whispers say it was a quiet reach out. No formal request, no fanfare, just a message that said everything without saying much. "I'm not okay." Within 48 hours, a private jet lifted off from a small airport north of Los Angeles. No photographers, no entourage, no Meghan. The prince who once ran from the palace was heading straight back to it. Meanwhile, Meghan's empire started to crumble in real time. Her new lifestyle brand, the one meant to be her grand reinvention, flopped harder than anyone expected. Comment sections turned hostile. Former allies went quiet. Magazines that once gave her glowing features suddenly started passing on her pitches. Behind the scenes, partnerships that had been in the works got canceled. Executives didn't want scripted authenticity tied to their logos. It was the ultimate irony, right? The woman who built an empire on storytelling lost it the moment the story was proven scripted. Tyler Perry? Thriving. The massive lawsuit that Meghan's team once used to justify cutting ties quietly settled. His reputation bounced back stronger than ever. He didn't go on talk shows. He didn't release statements. He didn't brag. He just let the receipts speak for themselves. Calm, composed, untouched. The man everyone tried to erase turned out to be the one holding the entire script. And the rumor is that vault of his still isn't empty. So, picture this. The English countryside, dark and foggy just before sunrise. A black car pulls up to an old stone estate. The door opens and Prince Harry steps out. No cameras, no guards, just silence. For the first time in years, he's not running from the crown. Or he's walking toward it. Sources whisper he's staying somewhere quiet, surrounded by a few trusted royal allies. He's not plotting a comeback tour, he's trying to breathe, to think, to finally stop performing. Because somewhere between California's bright lights and London's cold dawn, he realized something that hits deeper than any tabloid headline. He didn't escape the institution, he only changed it. He went from palace management to media management, from scripted duty to scripted freedom, different crown, same control. And that midnight flight? It wasn't about retreat, it was about clarity. The fairy tale was never freedom. The cameras never stopped rolling. The script just changed hands. Now the world waits, wondering if this is the end of Harry and Meghan's story or the beginning of 2 separate ones. Because if Perry still holds what people say he holds, more audio, more drafts, more proof, then the vault isn't closed. It's ticking. And when those next files drop, it won't just shake Hollywood or the monarchy. It'll rewrite every tearful headline we ever believed. For now, the prince is quiet, the mogul is calm, and the duchess is vanishing from the front pages. But make no mistake, the story isn't over. It's just paused, waiting for the next act to begin. He thought he'd escaped the crown, but maybe the crown was never the cage. The lie was. That's our full report tonight on Royal Daily Report. What do you think? Is this the beginning of the end for the Sussex brand? Or does Meghan have one more move left? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this story hit you as hard as it did us, subscribe now to Royal Daily Report. Hit the bell for notifications like this video and share it with anyone following the real royal drama. We'll keep tracking every development and bring you the next update as it breaks. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay critical. Royal Daily Report signing off. See you next time. Fast.